Welcome to the award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Coming up, we talk to Eric O'Neill about cyber attacks on the auto industry and why you should care.
Yeah.
Later in Jeff's Car Culture, he tells us about helmets and how to protect your noggin.
There you go.
And Mars has fall travel tips in the state of Texas. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world Mars. We always need more Jeff Dziekan, Chief Engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. So glad you could join us today. Hey, if we look a little bit different, well, it's because we got a new setup.
Yeah.
Been teasing this for quite some time, and we are here, and we've got our new green screen. Actually, this isn't a green screen. This is my backyard. I've got some really cool cars parked.
Got all the kids are out there.
The neighbors are really complaining a lot about it.
A lot of rumbling going on.
Yeah, the HOA is going to be after you.
Listen, they're all over me. It's been a real upset for the neighborhood here.
Yeah.
But at any rate, we're
past 3 weeks
on the air, and we thank you for joining us today. Mr. Mars, he comes to us from Neederville, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's officially called Nederland, but I like to call it Neederville. It just has a little bit more of a homey,
has a little more, a little ring to it.
Yeah, a homey taste to it.
The affectionate way.
Yeah. And so Jeff has joined us in our new studio here we're in Richmond, Texas, which is a suburb of Houston. So we're going to continue to call it Houston, kind of like when we used to have the drag races over in Baytown. It was still
Houston.
Yeah. And Houston Raceway Park and all of that. So it doesn't really make any difference. We all live in and around the Houston area, except for you, Mars. Mars is much closer to Louisiana, where he should be.
Yeah, we're almost there.
Yep. There's
but
that.
Houston, y'all keep growing, though, and you'll be over here before long.
Wait till you take a trip out here.
We're going to have to annex you.
Yeah, no, we're not. We'll never do that. Anyway, let's get right to the guest this morning. His name is Eric O'Neill, cybersecurity expert, legendary FBI operative, attorney, and founder of the Georgetown Group and NexAssure AI. Works with organizations to protect themselves against cyber criminals. Eric, it's great to have you with us. Thanks so much for joining us today. We appreciate you.
Yeah, Don, Jeff, and Mars, it is great to be on the show.
Well, thanks. So let's talk about cybersecurity. You know, as a regular user of the internet, nothing special. We don't do anything crazy or anything like that. I worry about cyber attacks. I worry about getting my computer infected by something that I've clicked on, and it's not porn, because I know everybody here is going to go, oh, well, we know what you're looking. No, that's not it.
It's car porn. Car
porn is probably more like it. Yeah. But the bottom line is that we are always getting hit upon, if you will, especially through emails, about things that somehow, some way they can hit that button where you go, well, did I subscribe to this? And you click on it, then all of a sudden you're infected.
Yes, certainly, Don. And that's why I wrote my new book, Spies, Lies, and Cybercrime. The idea is to explain why there are so many cyber attacks. And the simple fact of the matter is that criminals really don't care who you are. They don't care how much money you have, what you do. They only care whether you're vulnerable, and they're coming after us. And by the way, the number one way that cyber criminals are now accessing our data, getting us into trouble, breaching our systems, and stealing that data that now really has become the currency of our lives is through social media, believe it or not. Just text straight to your phone. They buy your phone number off the dark web and just send you a text that might say, hey, and if you're a polite person who responds and says, I think you have the wrong number, they get you into a conversation, and maybe weeks later, when you think you've made a new friend, they scam you. So this is sometimes a long play. And just like you said, email is still one of the number one ways that they launch attacks against us, because we still tend to trust it.
So let's take that thought and let's take that to the automobile industry. Right. What does a cybersecurity gangster, if you will, have to gain by getting into General Motors or Stellantis or Ford Motor Company and all of their affiliates? Plus, let's not forget the information that each of them has prioritized with their company, company secrets, that sort of stuff. How does all of that get played into what you're talking about?
Well, let's talk about an attack that's happening right now against Jaguar Land Rover that has brought production in the UK to a complete halt.
Wow.
It's gone on for 3 weeks, and the company has said we don't even think we're going to be able to get our systems up until I think September 24. That's another 4 days, and I don't know that they're going to be able to. This was a cyber criminal group. Now, these cyber criminals call themselves silly names, and I think because they're young and they read comic books, but they call themselves shiny hunters, and their buddy Scattered Spider. They all have these affiliates that work together. Cybercrime is a business. It is a massive industry, and it is one of the most successful businesses on earth. Right now, the cost of cybercrime flowing through the dark web, sort of the evil underbelly of the internet, is around $18 trillion. And by next year, it'll surpass 20.
Oh my gosh.
These attackers allegedly attacked Jaguar Land Rover and brought them down. Now they have Jaguar Land Rover isn't saying anything, but it looks like it was a large-scale ransomware attack where they get in and then they take down all of their computer systems. And what this has done is created this massive supply chain attack. Factories are shut down, their backups were compromised, and it's become this reputational crisis for them where they have to decide, are we going to pay this ransom or can we restore it? And it looks like they're having trouble. And just a year ago, here in the United States, CDK Global, which is one of the huge supply chain companies that deals with all of the car sales, right? So if you want to sell your car, that they kind of connect you to your loans or to inventory. It's this big database company. They went down. They were taken down by a cybercrime group. And that was 15,000 car dealerships across the United States that were down for over 2 weeks, where the only way they could sell a car is on paper. And that was, I think they calculated 900 million in losses. And what's happening to Jaguar looks much worse. So, I mean, the long and short of this is, if you can attack car dealers, or if you can attack the automotive industry, what people don't realize is that is part of our critical infrastructure right now. Just like lights and power or water or food or telecommunications or finance, if people can't buy their cars, if people can't get a new car or even buy a used car, then that causes a crisis. And it's not just money, it's reputation and people who are really upset when they can't buy that new car for their 16-year-old.
Yeah, I've been with companies where they teach you how to look for bogus or different types of emails when you reply to things or you open up different attachments. And that's basically how it gets started, correct?
Yes, that is one of the number one ways that this can happen. So what cyber criminals are doing is they're using old school espionage techniques of deception, imposter attacks, confidence schemes, right? And what they want to do is fool you, get you to trust them. And it can be an email that looks incredibly persuasive. It could, for example, come from a partner or a vendor or a parts detailer, and it's coming to your company or to you. It could look like it comes from a family member or a friend or a business that you work with. And you trust it because you've seen something like that before. It seems just right. And then you click on a link or you open an attachment, and that's how the attackers are able to launch the malicious software that compromises your computer system. And once they're in, they move. And
what do these criminals have to gain by this, and how can they monetize it?
Well, first of all, money. So if they compromise a single individual, right, they might not make that much, but each person is a point of attack to a lot of other people. If they can get into your contact list, they can pretend they're you and then use you as a staging ground to attack all of your friends and family. For a company like what happened with Jaguar or CDK, there's a lot of money involved, because if they can lock them with ransomware and create enough pain that the company says, we're just going to pay you millions to get out of this, well, that's a big payday. They also can use a large company attack to steal customer information, to launch attacks against customers, to be able to get into vendors or parts dealers or all of the different companies in the supply chain that work with that one company. So it can be absolutely devastating.
How do they catch these villains?
Well, the sad thing is they very rarely catch them. It's every once in a while they'll catch them, but most of these attackers aren't in places that have extradition. They're smart enough to sit in countries that don't care about cybercrime and don't extradite their criminals to the United States. Now, every once in a while, the FBI and Interpol and DHS and all the different security agencies across the world get together and launch these campaigns to go into the dark web and shut them down. But bad guys have backups too. And as soon as they're shut down, they'll often just restore from their backups and come back and they just rebrand.
What can we do to protect ourselves?
But that's why I wrote my book. First of all, read my book, because it teaches you not only how to think like a spy, to recognize the attacks. I think the number one way to defend against these things is to see them before they cause damage. So to see when someone is using an email to attack you, to see the confidence schemes and the imposter attacks, the destructive attacks and the infiltration attacks, all the different ways that cyber criminals are coming after us. If you can see it and recognize it, that means that you will have the presence of mind to stop, think before you do that thing they want you to do, like clicking a link or opening an attachment or giving them access to your bank account. And then the second part of the book challenges you to act like a spy hunter. And that's how you take the battle to the bad guys and defeat them at their own game.
So we're talking primarily about email, but what about social media, Facebook, Twitter? And I'm asking because I got a text a couple of times, and it's, what time are we going to dinner? Or are we still going to dinner? And okay, yeah, we're still going, or no. And then a little bit later, it kind of realized, I don't know this person.
That's right. Well, what that is called a phishing. That's the technical cyber security term for a phishing attack using a phone or a text. And what they're doing there, I'll tell you a story. I tell a story in my book about an elderly gentleman who received a text just like you did, and he replied because he's polite, and he said, you must have the wrong number. And the person on the other side started chatting with him. He was a little lonely. So he chatted back, and after a few weeks, they developed a friendship. And then the person texting him, his new best friend, said, just so you know, I'm an investment. I have an investment portfolio, and I specialize in investing in cryptocurrency. And the elderly guy, he says, his name's Edward. He says, well, I don't really want to get into cryptocurrency. I have a pension. It pays me out every month. I'm great. And he said, well, why don't you just give me $1,000 and I'll show you. I just want to show you how amazing this is. So he thinks he'll help out a friend. He has $1,000 lying around. He sends him the $1,000. It looks right. He sends it to a bank account. The new best friend invests it and then shows him a website, the secure portal website he logs into, that shows his $1,000 in a month has just turned into $3,000. And he says, that's a 300% return rate. And Edward says, well, that's amazing. How does that happen? He says, cryptocurrency is different. And so he invests everything he owns, his entire pension fund. He clears it out. He moves it over, his bank accounts, everything into it, until he's looking at a few $1 million. And then he decides he's going to pull money out and take his daughter and her husband and his grandchildren on a vacation. Except for when he reaches out to his new best friend to take that money out, the new best friend is gone. And this is what we call financial pig butchering. You fatten up the target until you take everything you can, and then you disappear with the money and leave them destitute.
Wow.
So is it more prevalent on the individual side, like you say, the seniors or the elderly, or is it more corporate, or is it a balance of 50-50 either way?
It's very prevalent with seniors because they're looking, and they actually do reconnaissance often. They will learn about you through your social media, and they're looking for people who are lonely. They're looking for people who might respond, who are polite. But it happens everywhere. Some of these attacks, like the one you got, is probably just a list of cell numbers that the attacker bought off the dark web, and he just sends out thousands of texts seeing who replies. So it's like going fishing, right? Where does he get the nibbles? And then he might chat with, I chat with these guys all the time. And then finally they look me up, right? Because you can reverse look up a phone number, and they realize who I am, and then they just rage quit. But, I try to string them along as long as they can. And then
they rage quit. I like that term.
They get very angry when you've wasted their time for like a month, and then they realize that you're a security researcher.
So Eric, how do we get your book, Spies, Lies, and Cybercrime?
Well, you can go to my website, www.ericoneal.net. Somebody's sitting on com, but ericoneal.net. and pre-order the book. It comes out October 7th. And if you want to get weekly information about how you can protect yourself, I do a weekly breach of the week and a cybersecurity tip of the week. I have a newsletter with the same name, Spies, Lies, and Cybercrime. And you can go there right from my website, click the top banner, and it'll take you right to the newsletter for free.
So if we sign up on ericoneal.net, is it free?
It is. If you
You're
sign
not
up
going to
on
scam us.
You're not going to
for
scam
all
us.
your
You're
listeners.
you're going to
Not
steal our
phishing.
scamming
Us.
number.
Well, one of the ways you know that it's more secure is when you look at my website. When you go to my website, and you should look at it, you look for the little lock near the HTTPS in your browser.
Yeah.
That says that it's a secure encrypted website. Now, people can spoof it, but if you click the little lock, you'll see that it's a secure website, and you know you're safe. So, and all you're giving me is your email address. That's all I need. So I can send you my newsletter every week, and you will
Maybe
learn a
we
lot.
need that here on In Wheel Time.
He's trying to take in wheel time from us.
Yeah, that's what it is. No, but I'm thinking that maybe we need that on In Wheel Time. How do we get that lock?
Well, you just go to a great webmaster, and they can register your website as secure, so that anyone who's browsing to your website knows that they're in a secure space.
Well, Mr. Mars down in the right-hand corner of your screen is the one that's going to do all of that. Eric, we can't thank you enough. It's really a pleasure, honor, and great information. And the book, again, is Spies, Lies, and Cybercrime. Eric O'Neill is his name, ericoneil.net. Again, thank you, my friend. Something new comes up, give us a call. We'd love to have you on the air again.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you, sir.
We appreciate you.
You bet.
Just ahead, Jeff's car culture and helmets for your automotive nuggin.
Noggin.
I like the nuggin.
Okay. Well, you got a nug.
I do have a nug.
You got a grandchild nicknamed Nug.
Nug, yeah. Plus, Mars has Texas fall travel tips after this break on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good. Apple or Android, In Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and jonesing for a different kind of car talk show, give In Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture and Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon, through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, and we know you love lists. Okay, that's on me. I have a new console over here. I potted up the wrong thing.
It's okay.
And for
That's
those
all right.
that don't know, potted up is not a marijuana term.
Pod,
Today.
P-O-D.
No, it's
POD.
it's potentiometer.
Pod.
So there.
I think you should just stay with potted up.
Yeah. We'll go with that.
There you go.
Hey, In Wheel Time invites you to join us 10 to noon Central Time every Saturday for our live show about all things automotive, if you can hear it.
If you can pot up.
Thanks for being with us today. Time now for Jeff's Car Culture. Helmets. Do they really protect your beam?
I don't know. Do they? Well, racing with its adrenaline-fueled speed and daring maneuvers has always been dangerous sport. Behind the wheel, drivers face immense risks going through curves, straightaways, side-by-side, and breakneck speeds. The most crucial defense? Well, it's the helmet. In the early years of racing, drivers wore soft helmets that offered a little more protection than from bugs. Imagine leather caps and goggles, the bare minimum to shield their heads from the elements. But as racing evolved, so did the need for better safety gear. So cloth, the soft cloth, gave way to football leather, while an improvement, it still fell short in the crash protection. Racing was becoming faster, more intense, and the drivers needed helmets that could withstand impact. Safety wasn't the priority, and unfortunately, the shows of the death rate of the drivers were really prevalent. In the 50s, it saw introduction to the first fiberglass helmets, which offered improvement, durability, and impact resistance for their predecessors. These hard helmets were a significant step towards the terms of safety, but they still lacked the features and the modern racers that they were wanting for their helmets. In the 60s, DuPont introduced the game changer called Nomex. This flame-resistant material formed the basis of fireproof racing helmets. With the risk of explosions during accidents, Nomex was a crucial part for the safety of the drivers. In the 70s and 80s, the introduction of the full-face helmets, which was a significant leap forward. These helmets with fire-protective hoods protected drivers from debris and fire. Visors became standard, enhancing the eye protection also. With the advent of the computer-aided design, or CAD, allowed for more precise shaping of the customized of the helmets for the person's head and the individual drivers as well. This led to the increased comfort and reduced fatigue during long races and further enhancing the safety. Then we come up to the 90s, where aerodynamics took the center stage. Sleek helmets reduced air resistance, enhancing performance. The 2000s brought lightweight materials, ensuring both safety and agility, because there's a lot of lightweight stuff on your neck. Helmets are a marvel of engineering, made primarily from a combination of carbon fiber and Kevlar. The weight adjusted is about 2.7 pounds or 1.25 kilograms if you're in Neaterville. These helmets consist of about 12 layers, with the top layer adorned with bright designs and sponsor logos. Those are fantastic. Helmet restraint devices reduce the likelihood of head and neck injuries during crashes. Helmet restraints included straps and attached to the side of the helmets, which prevented sudden head movements, basically to help in the crash. However, these devices were not widely used in the motorsports in the 80s or 90s. Only after the Dale Earnhardt incident in 2001 on the last lap of Daytona was more focus given to the Hans device. Looking into the future, aerodynamic shapes, integrated cooling systems, and helmets more advanced than ever before. They're actually considering putting a head-up display in the visor of the helmet, which I think is cool. I've got a head-up display in my car. I use it all the time. So it's fantastic.
You know, I got one in my old Corvette. 2001 Corvette's got a head-up display.
Yeah.
It was an option back in the day.
Yeah.
And yeah, I use mine all the time.
Yeah, I think it's cool. And there you go. Protect your head when you're driving in the race car.
Yeah. Mr. Mars?
Yes, sir.
I see. No, go ahead and put yourself back up there.
There you go.
Why did you minimize yourself? We
Because
wanted to see you. So
Well-
could you do that?
I can do that.
No, we want you full screen,
Full screen,
Mars.
baby.
We don't,
Ah,
Mars is buried in papers over there.
Papers and
Yeah,
switches, and there you go.
I got to get resituated.
Do you?
Looks like you got
I like the way that you're at the beach with 80s cars.
you just got a storm brewing in there. Who's that, Nantucket?
Yeah, there's another word for that. But yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Look at all of the papers that he's got.
Well,
Well-
I had them all in order, and David told me to move them, and I did, and now I'm all out of order
Why?
because I'm.
Could you not just move the whole stack?
Well, I did. That was the problem.
Oh my God!
You got to
You know,
post
they
it
think
up.
different over there.
You
They-
gotta-
when you get to the east, they think different.
You got a post-it note on the back of that paper. Is it important?
Yes, it is. That's so I can find it.
You can't find it. All right, we're moving on.
Yeah.
Time now for Mars Driving Destinations fall travel tips in Texas.
Yeah, buddy. First up, we're going to talk about different places that you can go, and the first up is going to be Lost Maple State Natural Area. Now, this is famous for all the Uvalde maples. Now, comes off in mid-November, is really the peak season for the color, the hiking, the camping, and the stargazing. And it's really Texas crown jewel for fall foliage, because that's the time whenever people can go out there, and it really does have a lot of reds and oranges and yellows, things that you think about that are more up in the northeastern part of the country. But this area in central Texas has a lot of that. It's all fed by the Sabinal River, and it's got cooler temperatures. So it's a really great place to go camping and hiking during the fall if you want to see all the color.
You know, I just can't. I don't see colors in Texas in the fall.
Yeah.
Maybe in January.
Oh, they
Well,
can start.
Summer's kind of dragging on here. It's not really things aren't cooling down like they're supposed to in the fall. We don't have good fall anyway.
Well, David's going back to the UP in a few days, and that's already starting to change up there.
Yeah, he could get us some pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on, let's talk about the Texas Hill Country Wine Trail.
Oh, yeah.
Wine.
Wow.
Texas Hill Country. Now, if you go out in the fall, this means the harvest festivals. They have grape stomps going on in the wine trail from Fredericksburg all the way over to Johnson City, which is not
When
really
you say
that,
that, all I can think of is that famous wine stomp that Lucy had on her show,
exactly.
where she actually got in a real fight with the actress that was playing the wine stomping lady. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that really
No,
happened.
I didn't know that. But fall is the harvest season in the Texas Hill Country wine world, and it's a really good time to go out and explore the wine trail because it's a lot cooler. And obviously, it runs from Fredericksburg to Johnson City. Used to, and nobody ever thought about Texas wines per se, other than you were making them in the backyard. But there's actually a pretty big market for those. So during the fall, you get the crisp mornings and the mild afternoons. So you can go out and do these walkthroughs of these wineries and do some wine tastings. You get some award-winning whites and reds, particularly the reds, because that's supposed to be heart healthy. So take care of that.
Oh, yeah, let's go for that.
They also host great stomps and harvest festivals. Some places have live music in October and November on the weekend. So it's a great place to go out and check out the fall. Now, if you really want to get ambitious and you really want to get serious about going out and about in the fall, head down to the Big Bend country. Head down to the Big Bend country out in West Texas, because during the fall, the weather gets better. You go out there in the summer and it's like Monster. You'll melt down in the summer. But during the fall and the winter time out there, when it's cool, you can go hiking. They've got river trips. And there's actually a lot of places you can go out there and do stargazing from the tops of these hills. Oh, it's a beautiful place, and it's monstrously big. I went one time in the summer, and that was it. That's kind of like going to New Orleans in the summer. You learn, don't do that. But it does make it into, the fall makes it into a much more comfortable adventure destination. They've got places like the Chisos Basin, the Santa Elena Canyon, and a lot of desert landscape. If you're out in there, we're looking at the cactus and things that grow out in the desert. And you can actually get over to the Rio Grande. You can do some river rafting if you want to down through there. And there's plenty of stargazing going on because a lot of people go out there during Big Bend's International Dark Sky designation. That's where the Milky Way really gets brilliant that time of year. And it really fall offers a great time to do things like that. Also, if you want to go back to the east, you can go over to Caddo Lake. Now, this is it's full of bald cypress trees that they're really old and they've been around a long time. And
Like me.
Yes. Now, Caddo Lake is one of those that's straddling the Texas-Louisiana border. So during the fall, it's kind of got different, you actually get different kind of elements of the fall going on because they've got a lot of cypress trees that got Spanish moss in them. And it gets kind of swampy in certain areas when you get on the Louisiana side. They got kayaking you can do. You can go by canoe. They got guided boat tours. This used to actually be the main waterway that brought boats came up, bringing cargo up from the coast up until it kind of, the silt and stuff flowed in and it's shallowed out to where they can't do that anymore. But it's a great place to go if you're looking for something out in the lake area in the East Texas.
Fall travel tips in Texas. Mr. Mars, thank you so much. I hope I didn't cut you off, but the time is fast approaching that we need to take a break.
Yeah, I need to figure out how to get to where I can see the clock much better. Why did that not stop?
I don't know, but at any rate, when you're ready, Mr. Mars, it's time. Mr. Mars is now playing all the commercials.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's time now for the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show to take a quick break.
We will.
And we'll be back right after this.
You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show now reaches 5.3 million folks each year. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, the Odyssey Radio app, YouTube, Facebook, and just about every other entertainment source out there, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including Jeff's Car Culture, the latest new cars, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's InWheelTime.com. Join us.
It is the In Will Time Car Talk Show, award-winning, I might add. Just ahead, roundy round know-it-all Rodney Rodriguez and fall circle track events. Plus, Jeff has the cruise in and events calendars, and I'll bring you stories making automotive news headlines this week. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars. We always need more Jeff Dziekan. Chief Engineer David Ainsley, who is in the house this morning.
He is.
Sitting over here yelling at us, don't do this, do that. You've got it all jacked up. I'm Don Armstrong, and it's all my fault.
That's pretty much what he said.
I've been well trained after numerous wives and mess ups. And
Don't need to go into that in much detail.
Really? Come on now.
all right, well, we won't. Good morning, Mr. Mars.
Howdy again.
So, for those that are just now joining us and going, wait a minute, they don't have the license plates on there,
and it works.
They don't have the muscle car thing on there. No, we don't. It's a new setup. It's a new day. We're doing this from a new studio, and we're trying out something new. Mr. Mars championed this.
Yep.
And so far, so good. Mr. Ainsley over there
These gentlemen did a fantastic
just
job.
mentioned the fact that seems to be running pretty well.
And if you see the background, info@inwheeltime.com. Send a picture of your hot rod and send it to Mike, and maybe he can put it up, at a future date behind us.
Yeah, we
So
show it
the
off.
Info@inwheeltime.com. Send us your hot rod.
Yeah. Is Rodney with us?
Yes, sir. He's ready.
Yes. Oh,
All
my
right,
God.
Rod.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hubba.
here he is, Mr. Dirty Air himself. Ladies and gentlemen, Rodney Rodriguez. Where in the world are you? Why is it so dark in there? Is it nighttime where
Is
you
it
are?
cell block E?
Pretty much. This is actually my home studio, but I don't have any lighting on, so
Oh,
a little calmer. Man, look at you guys, man. That's some fancy stuff you got going.
Yeah.
What do you have, like multiple suites there or something?
Yes,
Yeah,
we do.
absolutely.
Multiple suites. Mr.
Top
Mars
floor.
has Mr. Mars has the Neaterville suite, and we have the.
you'll see
Houston suite.
see sheep and goats running by in a minute.
That's right.
Neaterville.
Right there on the beach where Mr. Mars is.
I
Not.
love that, man. Congratulations. That's
How you been, brother?
I've been good, man. Just kind of trying to get through the summertime into the fall and just enjoying life,
Well, I have to tell you that the fall, and on the calendar anyway, because it's certainly not the temperature. The fall in Texas is a great time for circle track racing, in my opinion, because the Saturday nights are a little bit cooler as a rule, and we're winding up the season, and the competition is hot, and everybody's wanting to win the big trophy at the end of the year.
Yeah, and that's when the big money's on the line. So that's when you get a lot of folks that will travel from the invaders that come from other places to try to knock off the hero. And I remember when we were younger, it was like racing season ended when football started.
Yep.
That was it. But now it's just really getting cranked up. I mean, tonight, for example, the Lone Pavement Track in Texas, there in HMP, you've got $1,000 to win outlaw race, 75 laps. So that's a huge thing that's coming up. 105 is still going out in Cleveland. And I'll tell you guys, probably the coolest one of them all, it's called the Super Tex 600. And that's going to be at Rocket Raceway Park coming up on October 3rd and 4th. And what that is, it's about a page and a half of rules. You can damn near run anything that you have. You look out there and you see like bomber type cars, you see IMCA modifieds, anything with fenders. There's no engine rules, there's no tire rules.
Wow.
Yeah, baby. That's
run
what
what
I'm
you
talking
brung.
about.
Yeah, run what you brung. And it's because it's 2 nights. So it's called the 600. So you've got 300 laps the first night, 300 laps the second night. And if you win, and if you happen to win them both, which has been done before, you can take home $25K.
So we could actually go to Hertz and rent a car and take it up there.
You
I
could,
was thinking Don's Corvette, but I
Oh.
can see where the Hertz car might be better.
Yeah.
yeah, just rag the heck out of it and take it
Well,
back.
yeah.
Wash it and take it back, But it's it's truly one of the most unique races in the country.
Where is it?
It's in Petty, Texas, which is up north. I think it's north of Dallas, maybe, I don't know, northeast or west. I get all turned around, but it's called Rocket Raceway Park, and it's very pristine, small. I think it's a quarter mile. No, maybe it's a little larger than a quarter mile track. They used to do this race at Devil's Bowl Speedway in Mesquite, which is was one of the most renowned tracks.
Is
there.
it closed now?
It closed. I tell
No.
you, it closed. See, this race used to be called the what was it called? Oh, the Lone Star 600, and it had run for a bunch of years at Devil's Bowl, and they invited me to come do PA, and I'm like, all right. This was about 3 or 4 years ago. So I go rolling up there, and I do the race for 2 days, and then at the end of the last night, they say this historic track is closing down for good. I'm like, man, I should have stayed home. Look what I did to this.
Man, I am so sorry to hear that. And that seems to be the trend these days. So what does a racer do? I mean, once you're a racer, you're always a racer, and you've got that in your blood. And now you have to pull your car, halfway across the state of Texas, which could be 1,000 miles to get to a track.
That's where we're fortunate here that there are so many dirt tracks, and to get them all in the same rules package is the other problem. To where you would think that would be a simple concept and be really good for business, but you've got probably 2 different sanctioning bodies, and then you have one class of car that's just exploded, and it's got 3 or 4 different sets of rules to where guys can just and that's these $5,000-$10,000 factory stock shows that I was talking about the last time, to where these guys come in and it's, if they could get on the same page, because what you have now, you have a nice balance with everything up in DFW, and then you kind of have the isolated central tracks, which I would call like 105 out y'all's way, and Cotton Bowl Speedway in Page, which is closer to me. And then you've got the stuff further down south with Corpus Christi and Pleasanton and Edna, to where and then Waco, right in the middle, to where there are enough tracks to do that, but still they get in their own way, guys. And it's like, I just don't understand.
Do these tracks coordinate the events they have? Like you just mentioned, Waco, Corpus, and out by you. Do they look at each other's calendars and say, okay, you're going to take this race, we'll take the next one? Do they rotate them like that, or are they just free for all? Hey, I'm running a race.
They try to. There is a little bit of cooperation now, to where in the past, I think tracks intentionally scheduled on top of each other. And what does that do? I mean, that cuts your car count down, that cuts your fan count. It divides the racers, for one thing. But I think they're trying a little harder. What you actually do see now is that let's just say, for example, out here my way, let's say that the track in Edna, let's say that the Texana Raceway Park has a big factory stock race scheduled on, I don't know, pick the date, April 14th. Corpus Christi, which is about 100 miles down south, and then I-37, 150 miles east in Pleasanton, they'll say, okay, well, we're not going to run the factory stocks that night. If we have a race night, we'll give those cars the night off so they can maybe go race with you. So you see a little bit of that, but it's still, when you lose tracks, it gets extremely tough. But there's an influx to it where pavement is different, because like I talk about Houston tonight, I mean, if you're not going to run Houston, there's a big over in Opp, Alabama, at South Alabama Speedway, which is literally in the middle of nowhere. They call it the town of opportunity, OPP. And I'm like, opportunity for what? Farming?
Loneliness.
You've got a big pavement race there, and then Pensacola, or Mobile. But hell, how close is that?
Well, and let's face it. I mean, from my experience, you've got the asphalt racers and you got the dirt racers. Yes, there is a little bit of cross traffic there between the 2 racetracks, but it's a lot of work and a lot of money to be able to switch off and be able to be able to do both of them.
Yeah, it's impossible. Anybody that's going to try to do it, there's a kid that's racing out. He'll race at Houston tonight in that outlaw $1,000 race. His name is Jared Moppin, and that's a guy to where that guy is actually so good that he has the fortune to where he has his own car, but he doesn't have to drive it because he drives for other people. And that guy, I mean, there's probably 4 or 5 different cars that you'll see him in based on whatever, dirt or asphalt, but based on what he's going to be trying to do that night. And it really is. There's not the easy swap over that there used to be, back in the older days. You could do it. You could do it and you could be competitive. But if you just try to change tires and change some springs and change some shocks and go from one discipline to another, you're going to get lapped on lap 2. I mean, that's just the way it is now.
Why is there no cooperation between these tracks? That you would have the asphalt tracks within 500 miles of each other, cooperate with each other and say, okay, I'll take this Saturday night, you take this one, you take that one, and have some sort of a rotation that the drivers know what you got coming up. And same thing with dirt.
Yeah, I would say purely business, because I think the biggest part of it is most racetracks, at least the majority of the dirt tracks, the track operator doesn't own it. It's a leased type thing, where you've got a monthly lease that's due and all of that. And that's really the thing about it, to where when it comes to, and pavement has gotten into the situation as well on short tracks, to where you've got 3 or 4 organizations that run the bigger races, with late models and stuff. And they are, I mean, it is a very bitter situation, to where it's like they will butt head to head and change rules and do stuff to prohibit people from racing with the other. And that, I think what it all comes down to with our sport, with short track racing, is that so many of the people that are running organizations or running tracks or running series, they have left one track, series, whatever, to go operate their own. So it's probably personal, unfortunately.
Rodney, which has the most fan base, or which is the most popular, the dirt or the asphalt for the Texas?
In Texas, definitely dirt. Definitely dirt. Dirt is the king around here, to where it's very regional, to where I would say about where you find some of the equal would be in the northern parts of the country, to where dirt and pavement are both extremely popular and extremely a different environment, guys, where they race. Here in Texas, we struggle to get a good crowd on a Friday and a Saturday. Mm-hmm. These guys race on Tuesday and Wednesdays, and the place is full, and they start at 5 o'clock. And it's like, damn.
Well, Friday night football kind of hurts some of that.
Yeah,
because that same region that the dirt tracks are coming up in, that's part of the culture there, to get out on Friday night. Yeah, and I also think that the tracks run on pretty tight margins, so it gets really competitive there. You got to offer a big purse, and you don't know for sure the crowd's going to show up so that you can make it.
Yeah, and the equality of the dirt and the asphalt up in the Northeast, as he said, they've got another avenue. They got the ice racing too. They've got all the snow, and
let's do that.
That's popular up there.
Hey, let's shift gears for a minute. Let's talk about NASCAR before we wrap things up here. And what in the world has happened with NASCAR? What's happened with IndyCar? Let's talk about NASCAR first.
NASCAR, I guess,
there was a little bit of a hesitation on your part.
How long do we have? We're going to have the Jerry Lewis telethon if we want to.
That's right.
But it's like, NASCAR with, and I get the diversity with what they're trying to do with schedule changes. And I'll tell you, I totally understand the reason of going to this car, this next gen car, Gen 7, whatever it's called. But it has totally destroyed the competitiveness of the Cup Series, because the car is just, we talk about this on Revved Up all the time, to where the car is just too smart and the car is too good. Whatever, there are very small adjustments that you can make to it, but the car will absolutely run well on any track that you put it on. I mean, it's a sports car. I mean, this is a sports car, what they're doing. And the hot topic right now is the point system.
Mm-hmm.
You have Joey Logano that wins last year and actually got his way into the playoffs based on somebody else's misfortune and wins another championship. And now it's like, change the playoff system back, or a lot of people want it to go back to the 36 races. Whoever's at the end of this is the champion.
Absolutely.
And that's a great way to do it. The playoffs, I think, builds a little bit of intrigue to it as well. But I mean, the bottom line is to it. I was talking about this to somebody the other day, to where I just think with the Cup Series, there's just too many races right now. And I get that markets want this product, but when you look at it, what is football? 20 weeks, 24 weeks, whatever it is. Basketball's long. Baseball is losing momentum because there's too many games. They're talking about shortening seasons. Cup racing with now streaming and different things to do.
Exactly. Yep.
People just don't need to see it every week.
Yep.
And there's no personality, and the competition's not good.
Well, and then you got all these infighting with the cup teams. Heck, you've got Jimmy Johnson's coming back to run again. Now, well, you retire, and what's the back?
Is
and
it
forth?
just my stupid perception, or is IndyCar actually gaining audience and they're becoming more popular? Is it just me being stupid?
IndyCar, and this is my stance on IndyCar. IndyCar is done for the season, and
Right.
IndyCar I think has been done for 4 weeks. I think it's been
A couple.
yeah, okay, a couple weeks, and I totally get the shorter season, but you are done way too early. You fall off the map.
Yeah, I agree.
And what happened to them was they finished up their season, and then you have the dominoes start falling with Colton Herta is going to go be an F2 test driver.
Yep, exactly.
Will Power's going to Andretti. That happened
Right.
like 2 days after the season.
Right.
So it's like that's big news, but boom, it's done, and we're not going to hear nothing about them until March. And what's even more frustrating to me about IndyCar is that now that's a competitive form of racing, and they have one hell of a driver roster. That's look at
It's
top,
deep. Yep.
yes, top to bottom. And I wish they'd run more ovals. I get that that's dangerous, but I wish they'd stretch the season out. And this Penske thing this year with the mess with the cheating and the disqualifications and
Yep.
Penske being an owner, it didn't help, but they seemed to have gotten by that.
I'll bet you Roger was livid. Oh my God, I wouldn't want to be in within 100 miles of him.
It was a really weird time where I'm sitting here looking and it's like when I think of Roger Penske, I think of IndyCar and I think of CART and all of those great Indianapolis wins and so forth. But it's like at that point when you think of Penske, you thought of NASCAR because it's like the only thing that they were doing well at the time. And
Yes.
Will Power leaving Penske is pretty heavy and pretty massive because that's kind of like a staple right there.
Yeah. Will Power's he's previous champion.
Absolutely.
Rodney, it is always great to talk to you, my friend. We need to do this more often on a more regular basis.
Hey man, you guys just let me know because if I'm on the road, I can take this crap show with me and travel. So, I do this in hotels a lot where I'm doing these kind of things. And a funny story before you guys cut me loose. So a few months back, where was I? I don't remember. I was up in DFW somewhere, and I was sitting here and I was talking and whatever. So it was about a 30-minute hit. And I go walking out of the hotel room, and one of the ladies there that's working, she kind of peeks her head out from the door of the room next door, and she's like, "Is everything okay in there?" I was talking to myself.
Cool.
Gotta love it.
We're going to send you a flashlight.
There you
Yeah,
go.
that's it. Rodney, it's great to talk to you, my friend. We love you. Thank you so much for joining us today. And take care. Let's talk to you before the year ends.
Absolutely. You guys be well. Take care.
Thanks,
Thank
buddy.
you. Appreciate you. Hey, coming up, Jeff has the cruise in and events calendars, and I'm going to have the stories making automotive news headlines this week. Stay with us on the award-winning In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. We continue after this quick break.
You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show now reaches 5.3 million folks each year. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, the Odyssey Radio app, YouTube, Facebook, and just about every other entertainment source out there, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including Jeff's Car Culture, the latest new cars, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's InWheelTime.com. Join us.
Hey, be sure and join us for our live show every week. In-Wheel Time airs Saturdays, 10 to noon on Facebook, YouTube,
Yep.
and inwheeltime.com. We thank you very much for joining us today. Again, it's our new setup. Mr. Mars is in Neederville. We're over here in Houston, and we hope you like our new setup.
I like it.
I'm glad that you do.
I
Jeffrey.
do. I like it. Remember,
and thank you, David Ainsley, for
David.
coming out here a dozen times, and Jeff and Mr. Mars is doing a fantastic job. We still have some little glitches here and there. One of them, a big one, was mine, and I apologize for that, but we're getting through it. All right, time now for the Cruise In and events calendars. Jeffrey Henson.
Super Cruise In Silsbee. It's September 27th, 8 to 4. It's at the Kirby Memorial Football Stadium at 1005 North 7th Street in Silsbee. Be there, be square. This event,
Silsbee, in a long time.
Yeah, this event set to offer spectacular car show experience with all proceeds going to benefit local charities, which we are all proud to help out with. It includes a variety of classes, sponsored awards, free T-shirts provided by all registered cars, array of food, and all that good stuff. So check it out. It's down in there, Silsbee. The next one we have, Don, you'll like this one, and David, you particularly, Fun Buns 4th Saturday Cruising.
Fun Buns. Does that mean you have to have a man bun? Well, Jeff, you're not allowed.
No, I'm out.
Yeah.
27th from 11 to 2. So Fun Buns is at 15,000 Texas 46 in Spring Branch. Fun Buns 4th, it's the 4th Saturday. Welcomes automotive enthusiasts, food lovers, enjoy the showcase of cars, trucks, and hot rods. So it is a reoccurring event. So take your buns out there and have fun with them. Brazoria County Cars and Coffee, September 28th. It's a Sunday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at 221 Parking Way Street in Lake Jackson, Texas. Parking Way, not far from here. It's a nice place. So it's the Brazoria County Cars and Coffee, set to take place in Lake Jackson. Attendees are invited to gathering at 9 to 11. There you go.
I feel like I need to hunker down here with you.
Let's hunker down. Let's do that. I got one
see
more. You want to read this
here.
one?
No.
This one is Hallettsville on September 27th.
Hallettsville,
This
right down the road.
Comes from our folks at Hot Rod Tour of Texas. Bobby posted this. It is a Kalachi car show, Kalachi Fest. So
Mars, that's
You
right
know,
up your alley.
I'm telling you. I was thinking though, the
Anything
Fun Bun
with
Run.
wieners in it, that would be you.
Wieners and buns. That's next week.
Wieners and Bun.
Yeah. But anyways, check it out. It's in Hallettsville. It is a Kalachi festival going on down there.
So on the Fun Buns, Don, you can get your assless chaps out and fit right in.
Oh,
he said the word ass.
Like chainmail chaps.
Chainmail.
All right. I think we ought to go ahead. Don's doing some headlines.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good. Apple or Android, In Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and jonesing for a different kind of car talk show, give In Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture and Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon, through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, and we know you love lists.
All right, and we're back again. I think we've got our little sound problem corrected, and we're working on that. So Jeff and Don will be right back with us. David Ainsley's over there working on it, trying to get that problem resolved. Want to tell you about what we got coming up in the rest of our show and coming up in the next hour. We've got, of course, we're going to have our In Wheel Time segment, and this is where we're going to talk about the story of the week. We're going to be doing the Hemmings, what it sold for. We've got a lot of cars that we're going to go through on that, and hopefully we'll get everybody's input on how we can figure out what these cars sold for. And then we've got coming up after that, Andy and Mercedes Lilienthals. The Lilienthals are back. And we're going to be talking about their recent event, the Alcan 5000. And then from there, we're also going to have some features like the let me give David a quick message here. We're going to be talking about our features. Jeff's going to have the racing calendar coming up. And then we're also going to have, which is sponsored by the Texas Muscle Car Club Challenge. Now, they're coming up to the end of their season, their racing season here in the near future. And so we're going to be talking to them, I believe, in 3 weeks. We're going to be talking to the president, and he's going to be telling us about their year and how they're wrapping things up into their championship event. From there, we've also, Don's going to have some more news headlines, and we're also going to be talking about auto history. And we've got several things in auto history. We kind of go through that each week to kind of get a view at, the car industry's changed a lot in the last 100 and 200 years or so. And it moves pretty quick. Some of the things that we find that we talk about in 1 week, like Henry Ford, a very popular person in the automotive world, but he would do things and then it might show up a year later. So it falls into the calendar quicker, like the Model A phasing out, the Model T coming in, some of the racing and stuff that they do. It all turns out pretty quick. And so sometimes it kind of seems kind of repetitive, but we hope you enjoy it because we kind of keep up things going as we go through the automotive history. Also coming up in a few weeks, we've got some guests coming up that... Let me get out the magic book here. Yeah, I'm old school. I got to write stuff down. So coming up next week, one guest I'm really looking forward to is a guy, the CEO of AutoFixit.com. Now, this is an app. Everybody's going to an app where you can go in. You can actually send them some pictures of your car, a little bit about the information you've got it, and you can get bids on getting your car repaired, collision repair primarily. And they've got a network across the country of different companies that they've vetted and partnered with to, I guess, make referrals. We haven't tried it yet. Fortunately, I haven't needed it, but it can kind of give you an idea of what it will cost to get your car fixed. Because you go into the body shop, you really don't know, and it's not exact, but it's a good estimate to kind of help you get started on figuring out what you're going to do as far as getting that car repaired. And a couple of instances, just personal stuff. Granddaughters driving cars, have an accident. So is it worth getting it fixed? It's an older car. It's a school car. Do you want to spend several $1,000s getting it fixed? Or do you want to say, okay, I'm going to file it myself. I'm going to fix it myself. I'm not going to file it on the insurance and take the chance on the insurance going up. A lot of things that you got to kind of figure into it. And I think this could be a tool. We're going to check it out, but this could be a tool to help you do that kind of decision-making process. And then what else we got coming up? Oh, in a few weeks, we're also going to be talking with the crew from the Spring Branch High School Museum Foundation. Now, this is a remote that we're going to do. We did it last year out at the high school, and they actually have a museum there in Spring Branch that it's in the school, one of the school buildings, and it's pretty amazing when you walk in there and realize that this is 30, 40 years worth of history. They've got their old band uniforms. They got newspaper clippings for students that have gone off. And it really didn't mean anything personally to me as per se. I didn't go to school there, but I happen to think, well, what if my school would have done that? My grandkids coming up through school now, what if they had a chance to go see some of these things from, the state football championship back in the 50s, and some of the bands, the band students could look back and see what the old band uniforms look like and how things kind of changed over all the years, as well as all the awards people have won. So it's kind of it's a unique deal, and it's a fundraiser. It's kind of a weekend thing. We're going to be there for the car show Saturday morning, and that's on October the 18th. And you're going to get more information. We'll have the flyers up next week and start helping them to get ready for that show.
And I don't think that we need any of that.
Well, maybe not.
I know. Well, we're back, Mr. Mars, and sorry, we had a computer issue here. David has fixed that, but it's time for us to start the second hour, if you don't mind. Are you ready to do that?
Let me flip the page here. Yes, sir.
All right. Well, anytime you're ready, let's start it.
All right. Well, you got the magic button.
I do have the magic button. Welcome to the award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, our story of the week and what the auto industry is struggling with, along with what we're struggling with. We've got recalls, and guess what it's sold for on Hemmings this week. Also, I'll give you my thoughts on driving the 2025 Toyota Grand Highlander Hybrid. And Jeff has the Motor Minute in this segment of the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Howdy. Along with Mike out of this world, Mars, in Nederland, Texas. We always need more Jeff Dziekan, Chief Engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. Sorry for the
glitch.
Yeah, the glitch, if you want to call it that.
Glitch.
Glitch is a good word to say in public.
Yeah. We're going to be getting a new computer, hopefully this week, and maybe that will solve whatever issue we have.
In a hot tub.
Ooh.
The computer in the hot tub?
It is a waterproof laptop.
I am not getting anywhere near you guys in any kind of a hot tub. Did you ever see a hot tub time machine?
Yes.
Oh my God.
It reminds me of one of those trips we took to California, Don.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't remind me of that at all. Thank you.
That's when y'all went to San Francisco, right?
I think it was just south of San Francisco, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll worry about that another day. We can explain that to people, but I was not in any hot tub with any man in this room. Other men, but not this room.
All right, clarification. Got to be clear. Got to be clear on that.
I actually wasn't in any hot tub.
So remember, info at In Wheel Time. Send your pictures of your hot tub. We'll put it here behind us.
No, yeah, okay. Let's do that. All right, let's get on with the car show, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Our story of the week. Automakers and suppliers urged the Trump administration to end unpredictable expansions of tariffs, saying they're making it harder to justify investments in the United States. That's the message of a September 16th letter to the Trump administration from automotive trade groups and associations representing other industries. The business groups criticized the recent expansion of steel and aluminum tariffs to cover more than 400 new products, including auto parts and industrial robots, saying it was implemented without adequate notice and creates more costs and uncertainty for U.S. businesses. At a time when many are dealing with fragile supply chains, global competition, and inflationary pressures, this process creates additional uncertainty that risks slowing growth and deterring investment in the United States. That, according to Jeffrey Kessler, the Undersecretary for Industry and Security at the Commerce Department. More than 40 business groups signed this letter, including those that represent automakers and their suppliers in the United States. Among them are the American Automotive Policy Council, which speaks for the Detroit Three, Autos Drive America, International Automaker Association in the U.S., and MEMA, the Auto Supply Chain Trade Group. Importers need reasonable time to implement changes and clear guidance on how to comply, according to the group, arguing that the tariff expansion undermined the predictability companies need to make investments and could cause significant harm to U.S. employment.
Wow.
I think that this is a learn as you go kind of thing with the tariffs and everything that's going on with that. The letter comes as the Trump administration appears poised to expand the number of vehicle parts subject to auto tariffs. Commerce Department said September 16th that it would consider requests from companies for additional parts to be added to the list of components subject to tariffs. The tariffs thing is a very complicated and involved deal when it comes to the automotive industry, as well as others, clearly, but we deal with the automotive aspect of it. Tariffs expected to cost the auto industry $188 billion over 3 years, equating to about $4,600 per vehicle by year 3, according to an estimate by the Center for Automotive Research. By the way, today's average price of a new vehicle is almost $50,000, 49 some change. It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And if you're wanting to buy a new vehicle, and let's just say that you want to buy one that's $40,000, good luck in trying to find that fits your needs. How are you going to afford that payment? You're going to stretch it out to 7 years. And 7 years? By 7 years, you've driven that vehicle for 7 years. What do you got? 120,000 miles on
Or
it?
more.
Or more?
More.
So it's a real catch-22.
In 7 years, it's not going to be really worth anything.
No, it's not.
You're going to get money out of it, but not what you expect. And depending on the condition of the car, too. So...
But right now, I'm dealing with, Katie's 2007 Ford Focus that she doesn't want to get rid of. It's in Colorado where she is, and she wants to bring it down here. And I made the foolish mistake of saying, well, why don't you just bring it back down here? And when you come to visit, then you can use it here. Well, okay, it's $1,000 car at best, $1,000. Is it worth it? Probably not. And I know that she's not listening to this program today, but she's going to get the bad news that I don't think that I'm going to bring it down.
And so the car comes down here, and then what is it going to cost to maintain it down here?
Well, yeah, and I know
make it and all that.
She's spent an enormous amount of money on getting it fixed up for me to drive back down here. It's a 1,000-mile trip. She bought a new set of tires at it, which I don't know how the tires lasted like they did, but they were cracked. They had big chunks out of them.
Oh, wow.
It was scary. And she's done some other things there. So,
And how often does she come down to actually use the vehicle, too?
Well,
3 times a year, maybe?
Well, it's more than that. But, is it worth it? And we're thinking no. And where is she going to keep it? I don't have the room here at the house to do it. And so now we're going to have to spend money to store it. So what do? Probably cheaper to just rent a car while you're here.
Well, but is it that, or is it the sentimental value? I mean,
well, it's the sentimental value, and that's
so much of her life.
I know she's had it all. Well, since she was 16, I gave it to her for her 16th birthday, and it had 1,200 miles on it. So,
right,
and it now has 185,000 miles on it.
Well, and it's been coast to coast, just about. All the Alabama.
Every fender has been dented on it. It probably weighs twice as much as it did when it was brand new because of all the filler that's on it underneath the black paint. So that's
kind of a tough one because of the sentimental value of it.
Yep. So I'm going to have to let her make that choice. But anyway, back to the tariffs thing. It's not just new cars. It's also the parts. So if you have, let's say you have a fender bender and you need a fender and the associated parts that go with the fender, because it's never just the fender. What are you going to do? How much is that going to cost you? Because now there's a big tariff on that fender that was originally made in China or Korea or Canada or whatever. So that fender that was originally, let's just say $500, that fender is probably going to cost you $750 just for the fender alone. So there's a lot to be done here. I know that there's a wait and see game. Hey, look, we're going to put the pressure on them. Why isn't the auto industry putting pressure on their associated countries where they are that is causing all of this to continue on? And I think it's something that they need to look at within themselves and say, we really need to move on. Let's get this tariff thing straightened out.
You know, it's interesting you bring that up, Don, about buying a fender or something. Next week, we've got a guest coming on that's created an app that might actually help people at least go through that decision-making process. And of course, AI is involved and all that stuff, but it should be an interesting conversation that they have with Auto Fix It. It's what it's called, but it relates exactly to what you're talking about. The tariffs and stuff are going to make changes, and this will give you an opportunity to make a little bit better decision related to some of those changes.
When is the last time that you or somebody that you knew went to a junkyard to pull a fender off of a car because it was cheaper?
Never.
Never.
No.
I never have done it. Our parents did it. My dad did it.
Right.
Back when I was building an old pickup truck, I went there and took the steering column out of it because I needed a steering column.
I've never bought anything from a junkyard. I've had buddies that I've gone to the junkyard with, like a pick-apart type thing, but I've never bought anything myself that I would buy, new.
Today, there's a thing online that if you want to buy used, it's a whole network of junkyard parts, and they put the cars up there and the parts that are for sale, and they'll ship them to you. So
General Motors, Ford has the same thing. They've got a network of suppliers that they do internally, part swaps from dealer to dealer or however, but that's the same principle.
Yeah. The old salvage yards, if you went in there, they had kind of an intercom between the different locations. If you went in there looking for a particular part, they would put that out on the intercom and it's like a phone party line.
Yeah. OE connection is what the manufacturers use, or
the party line.
Yeah.
Hello, Sarah, give me the diner.
Not quite like that.
I watch too much Andy Griffith.
Andy?
Absolutely.
Hey, Stellantis is recalling 53,849.1 vehicles in the U.S. for a fuel pump issue that may lead to loss of drive power. Pump quit. Recall covers 2018 to 19 Alfa Romeo Stelvio, 2017 to 19 Alfa Romeo Giulia. About 1% of the recall population is expected to have the defect. So if you own one of those, good luck. Hands-free highway assist software may incorrectly identify other vehicles.
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute. That's not a Rivian R1. That's a Rivian R2. Okay.
So
because this is a recall for the Rivian R1S and the R1T for 2025.
They're talking to
Are you like me or are you not like me? Loss of power steering assist Acura RDX 2025 being recalled. Inoperative defrosting and defogging system. Lexus, Subaru, and Toyota. 23 to 25 model years RZ, Solterra, and BZ4X. Well, here we go. We can't have a week without a Ford being recalled.
I was waiting
on you to get there.
I was waiting.
Blank or distorted rear view camera image.
We had it last week.
This is another one.
Oh.
Ford, Econoline Edge Expedition, 250, 350, 450, 550, Mustang, Ranger, Transit Connect, MKC, and Navigator. For every vehicle built since the Model A.
Let me have that because I'm going to read them next week too.
Okay.
Same ones are going next week.
Instrument panel display failure on the Subaru Solterra. Inaccurate fuel gauge reading. Martha, we ran out of gas, but it says it's full.
Get out there and push.
Mazda CX-70, Mazda CX-90, 24 to 25 model years. Those are the recalls.
Martha.
I don't know why. Martha,
she's great.
Where are the garden lanterns? That's what that comes from.
I know.
Wasn't Martha on the Streak? That song, The Streak? Wasn't that Martha? No, it wasn't Martha.
No, it wasn't Martha. I worked with a woman named Martha. Martha Harvey. Why don't we do the sold cars roundup?
Okay.
Mars, are you able to look and see if Jeff and George are online with us?
Well, Jeff was here telling us about the audio issue. George was here earlier.
Well, Jeff is all about the, pointing bad things out for us.
But we already knew that.
He's our monitor.
Yeah, we already knew the bad.
All right, so here's the sold cars roundup. Mars is no longer allowed to participate because he now knows the price.
Yeah.
But we're going to try to fix that. But in the meantime and in between time, on Hemmings, the sold car this week, 69 Chevrolet Caprice. It's a two-door. And it's got red striped tires and beauty rings on it. So I would imagine that's 69. So that would probably be a 427 car. How much would that?
12,000.
$21,525. Are you going to participate?
Yeah,
Perfect.
because he was going to guess 21.
He was going to. Well,
Yeah.
he would have won.
Yeah, he would have won it.
Okay, so David's here.
David won it.
All right.
Would
So
you like
haven't
to
got
get up?
anything from Heitzman yet.
Why not?
I don't know.
Well, I know that you don't have a microphone, but we can hear
Shout
you
it
in
out.
here. Here's one, a 1970 Buick Grand Sport. Need to change that pic. There it is.
Beauty car. Look at that.
Golly, I'd like to have
That's
that
priceless. It's a Buick.
car. A 70 Buick Grand Sport.
30.
Now,
I'm going to go 32
32.
without even hearing it.
What would you say? 36,750. It's got to be an all original.
Yeah,
It
that's
looks really good.
Oh my goodness, that's nice.
Next up, the 1967
Another one.
Plymouth GTX.
Now there's one at the Hemi Hideout, but it's white, isn't it?
God, your memory's better.
He's
than
got
mine.
He's got a white 67 out there. I don't
Yeah.
remember exactly what
It's
it
got a little,
is.
It's got a little imperfection. in the fender.
67 Plymouth GTX. This is going to be an all original car.
I'm going to go 27.
Well, David said 35. It actually sold for $43,785.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
That's some major dollars.
That's
there.
a nice car, though.
It is a nice car.
Well, it
Beautiful.
is, but
This
Heck,
is
yeah.
this is for you, Jeff. Actually, for your granddaughter. Okay, so when she gets done with the SUV, this is a 2014 Porsche Panamera.
She was accepted to Texas Tech. Kylie
oh
was.
wow.
Isn't
She
that where
needs a pickup
is?
truck.
She was accepted to Texas Tech.
But she's going to where?
Oh, I don't know. She's decided yet. She's got several options.
Oh, okay. So 2014 Porsche Panamera.
41.
David said 23. Jeff said, what'd you say?
41.
41. It went for 18,375.
Oh.
I don't know whether it's been ragged out, wrecked, or what.
Oh, I was
So-
thinking it was a blue one.
Anyway. Next up, this is for Mars over there in Neederville, a 1989 Ford F-250.
Well, see, if she's going to Texas Tech, that's what she needs.
Yeah.
This one here, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And look, it's an extended cab.
A
Remember
long
they
bed,
used to
too.
make those?
That's a
She
long
put-
bed.
A long
all-
bed extended cab.
Wow. That thing's like 70 feet long.
Yeah,
It is.
And it's got the bug catcher on the front.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, that is 1980s all the way. isn't
I
it?
like
This
it.
is an 89 Ford F-250. How much?
9,000.
David says 18. No, you didn't. It went for $11,550. That's a
Wow.
clean truck. Yeah. Look, there George pops in for $89.99. Close. All right, next up. A 1939
Oh, boy.
Chevrolet Master. God, that's ugly. A
And it's
39
big.
Bite your tongue.
39 Chevy Master.
Them bulbous headlights. I like
Oh
it.
yeah, man. Is it? Yeah, I could see you driving that back and forth, commuting in the car with that. All
Your
right,
license plate would say,
39 Chevy Master. How much?
21.
David says
25.
it went for 16,590.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I
You'd
guess
buy it for that.
you could get that much in scrap metal out of it.
probably. Yeah, at weight by weight. Okay, next up. Now, you could tell already there's a rust issue. A 1970 Toyota Hilux. A Hilux.
The door works.
Apparently, the door. You're talking about the
The door's
lid.
The
open.
driver's door works.
The driver's door.
Oh, the driver's door. Yeah.
I think they bailed out.
How much? A 70 Toyota Hilux.
$4,000.
Of course, they took this picture because they didn't want to see the rust through on the fenders.
4,000.
4,000
for David.
4,000.
Yeah, three and four. Yeah.
David said $3,000. It was $4,000.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I was right on. Spot on.
Here's Jeff's car.
I'll get it
A
repeated.
1959 Mercury Monterey convertible. Look at
man.
that thing.
$7 million. I would say 27.
27. David, what do you think? $21,000.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a deal.
That's a deal to me.
Well, I pay with the tax too. So
And last car of the day is the 2018 Factory 5 Cobra. Now this is it's a kit car.
yeah,
You can order the bodies and all that. 18 Factory 5 Cobra. How much?
21.
17. 35.7. Well, it's probably got a hot rod motor.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, it's bound to have
Ford Cobras or
Bound
something.
to have, yeah.
Coyote motor.
Hey, just ahead, a review of Toyota's new Grand Highlander Hybrid and Jeff's Motor Minute when the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this.
You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show now reaches 5.3 million folks each year. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, the Odyssey Radio app, YouTube, Facebook, and just about every other entertainment source out there, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including Jeff's Car Culture, the latest new cars, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's InWheelTime.com. Join us.
Hey, we invite you to join us for our live In Wheel Time Car Talk Show every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time on InWheelTime.com, YouTube, and Facebook. Get one today. It's free.
Yep.
I just threw that in there.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Time now for this hour's car review. No, let's do the Motor Minute first.
Okay, Motor Minute, real quick. There was a race last week, NHRA. Tony Stewart confirms comeback after NHRA crash. Big name driver, NHRA hot rod driver, was involved in a crash during the NHRA event last Sunday. It was in the second round, actually. I saw it. He and fellow competitor Doug Coletta collided at speeds over 300 miles an hour just after the finish line. Both drivers fortunately walked away. Tony was a little shaken up. Despite being rattled, he seemed to be okay after the ordeal, but still said that he hit his head in the cockpit. He actually lost consciousness for a little bit and did not remember the incident. And what had happened was Coletta was in the right lane. They were across the finish line. His left front wheel actually collapsed. It didn't blow out. The whole mechanism collapsed. He went in the left lane, hit Tony. Tony kind of rolled a little bit, hit the wall, and then they scratched their way down to the past the finish line.
Right.
But he's okay. He's going to be at the race this week. He went through some testing and things, cognitive testing, and he seemed to be okay. So he's back on the track. So good for him. Didn't want to see that, but things like that happen. And that's why you need a helmet.
That was an earlier feature
Yeah,
that Jeff did. All right. Time now for this hour's car review. Had a chance to drive the 2025 Toyota Grand Highlander. Now, the difference between the Grand Highlander and the Highlander, 6 inches of length out the back end of it that allows for a third row. Final assembly location, Princeton, Indiana. So it's built in the US of A. Available trim levels, the LE, the XLE, the Limited, the Nightshade, the Max Limited, and the Max Platinum. I had the Max Shade Hybrid. Standard SUV, seats, including the driver, 7. Exterior changes from last model year. It was all new in 2024. Best front fascia award for Toyota. Looks really good. Subtle sheet metal creases create a conservative look to it. Rear hatch design allows for more interior room, yet still very attractive. Love the fake dual exhaust tips for a 4-banger engine.
Yeah.
What I liked, one of the best looking SUVs on the market, bar none. What could use improvement? Nothing. Interior highlights, 1 pod for the instruments and 1 separate infotainment screen for accessories. Center console has a sliding door for the cover of the storage area, which is a good thing. You don't have to open it up to the left or the right or
clamshell or
in the
anything.
back or none of that stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, that was good. Seating is comfortable. Consider captain's chairs in the second row if you're interested in buying one. I think that would probably be a good thing unless you actually need the extra seat. Third row actually has room for adults thanks to that 6-inch increase in length of the overall vehicle.
I was in that car, and yes, it does. It is roomy. I made the comment when I was back there that, hey, you could actually fit back here.
I really like it.
Yeah.
More room in the third row when the third row is up
Mhm.
than most as far as cargo space is concerned. But I liked high marks for a well thought out interior. What could use improvement? Upscale models could use a bit more bling. The $1,350 glass roof option is for northern states only, unless you want to cook.
Fry.
Cell phone charger allows the phone to slide off of its charger pad.
Oh, man.
That was a little bit of an issue. 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine in the hybrid. It also has a max option for more power, but then you use the fuel mileage. And that's what this is all about. It's a hybrid.
Mhm.
Horsepower, 245 is what I had. The max has 362 horsepower. If you need all of that, okay, go for it. But I like the mileage. Has a CVT transmission. Now, the max has an actual 6-speed transmission. Tow rating, 3,500 pounds, all-wheel drive. It's rated at 36 miles per gallon on the highway, 36 city, 32 highway for a combined of 34. I got 29.7 miles per gallon over 475 miles. What I liked about it, clearly, the mileage. What could use improvement? Nothing. Just get the base engine in it. I think that you'll really be impressed. Ride and handling, the smoothness. It rides like a big car. It's not stiff. It is not trying to pretend to be something else. It will go off-road. But let me ask you something. Percentage-wise, how many SUVs actually go off-road?
Not many.
My guess is less than 1 or 2%.
Yeah, not many.
That's not what you buy them for.
Yeah.
They're like a big station wagon.
Dirt road is furthest I go.
Really, gravel, snow, maybe.
Yeah. What could use improvement? Nothing that I can think of. Like I said here, who takes an SUV off-road these days? Base trim price, $52,610. Prices tested, $58,187. Base model price, $44,210.
That's not
Don't
too
add
bad.
too much to
Yeah.
it. Why?
Yeah.
Why junk it all up with all the options when you can't? That's an $8,000 savings.
Yeah, and a tendency for more stuff to break.
Competitors to this vehicle, the Mazda CX-90 hybrid plug-in. They don't have a pure hybrid, but it's a plug-in, $49,995. Hyundai Santa Fe hybrid, $37,800. Kia Sorento hybrid, $38,690. Next week, going to review the 2025 Mazda Miata MX-5.
Beautiful.
And that
Can't
is
wait.
my review.
That's the okay, I know. Yeah, I got you. Never mind.
That's a little two-seater
Yeah, a little
sports car.
two-seater.
Yeah.
I forgot that you just had it. So
I just gave that up last Thursday, and
hot lights on my skull.
it's got the coolest convertible top on. I'll tell you more about it next week.
Did you put it down?
One hand, no, not and drove with it.
Well,
but
no.
one hand, click one hand up here, and you just take it and do this, and it folds right down right behind you. It is the
it's all
easiest
manual?
Yes, there's no electric motor.
That's like an old TR6 from the 70s. Or
No, it's
whatever.
not, because remember, you had to get out and push it all down and all. This thing is the easiest operating thing you've ever seen in your entire life. No button.
No
There's
button.
no electric roof panel on it. All right. We're going to take a quick break.
All right.
And if you'd like to get in touch with us, I'd like to remind you, send us an email. The address is info@nwheeltime.com. We're back after this quick break.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous loopy beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Loopy Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Loopy Tortilla, he's pretty good. Apple or Android, In Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and jonesing for a different kind of car talk show, give In Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture and Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, and we know you love lists.
This is your place for all things automotive, the award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Coming up, a review of a very dirty Subaru after the Alcan 5000 with Mercedes and Andy Lilienthal. Jeff has the racing calendar. Mr. Mars has This Week in Auto History, and I'll get you caught up on the stories making automotive news headlines. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars over there in Neederville. Look at him. He's looking good. Took a bath this morning and everything.
It's Saturday.
It is Saturday. That once-a-week bath just does it. We always need more Jeff Dziekan. Chief Engineer David Ainsley is with us. He's lounging on the couch now after our scare earlier. We figured out what the problem was. Mars asked me after the show, and I'll tell you what it was, why we dumped out of us and it caused all sorts of havoc, and panic set in.
Oh, panic, yeah. I was verklempt.
I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. As you can tell, we've got a new setup.
New digs.
Yep. Gone is the muscle car picture, the license plates, all that. We may bring that back for another background view.
It's in storage. You have all that.
I do.
mean, it's just a matter of
I do.
something new.
Yeah. Once I get it hung in the garage, I'll take a picture of it, and Mr. Mars can put it behind us or whatever. He's in charge of that. Aren't you, Mr. Mars?
Well, I hate to take too much responsibility, but
yes, I know, because when you take too much responsibility, then you reap my wrath.
Yeah.
And things
There's no
go
reward.
downhill from there.
Yeah, no reward.
It
You know
does.
what
It
rolls
goes-
downhill? Everything rolls downhill.
Every does.
It always does. So do we have Andy and Mercedes?
Yes, sir.
Well, let's bring them up, shall we?
There they are.
Look, there
Hello.
they are. Hi.
Hey,
Hello, hello.
Look at you guys. You got a big smile on your face. You're not drug out, wore out, on the road. How long? Let's start at the beginning. What is the Alcan 5000 for everybody?
Yeah, the Alcan 5000 is North America's longest road rally. It starts in Kirkland, Washington, in the Seattle area, and then goes north. So, and we're talking way north, all the way up to Alaska, sometimes all the way to the Arctic Ocean. This year was a summer rally. It alternates like summer, winter, sort of like the Olympics. And this year was a little bit of a special one because it was a sort of a makeup rally, bridging 2024's winter and 2026's summer. So they threw in another summer rally in 2025.
Yeah, and we ended up driving a 2026 Honda Passport Trail Sport for it.
Oh, it was a Honda.
Yeah.
It
wasn't
was
a
so dirty, you
Subaru.
couldn't tell.
We couldn't tell.
We like to get things dirty, and we love to go off road. We're one of the few.
That see, for whatever reason, well, I know why, because the last one that you guys took was a Subaru.
That's right.
And I
To
thought
cross
that
America.
Yeah, and I thought that this was that, but it's not. It's the Honda.
Correct.
Right. Yeah, we did the Transamerica Trail all the way from the East Coast all the way to the West Coast in a Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness. And then we switched gears and we partnered with Honda for the Alcan 5000 Rally.
Now let's explain to everybody the 5000. So it's both on road and off road. Emphasis on off road.
Yeah, so it's this year ended up being around 5,500 total miles on this event.
If
And
you
then-
did all the extreme controls.
And then there's around 900 miles of dirt and gravel approximately. And then you have each day you have a time, speed, distance rally, one, maybe two, and that's the competition part of it. So you're not rallying 5,000 miles of pure time, speed, distance rally. You have one in the morning and then possibly one in the afternoon, depending on the schedule.
Right. And as far as off-road is concerned, we're talking about a lot of gravel, a lot of dirt roads, dirt highways, things like that. So it's not off-road rock crawling, not Moab, not, that type of off-road per se.
Sure.
But we got to make miles. I mean, this is only an 11-day competition, and it can go as high as almost nearly 6,000 miles if you think about it.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
So you had a whole lot of donkey there.
And you guys survived all of that. How did the car do?
The car did
Driver?
great. I was the driver. Mercedes was the navigator. And the car did really well. So it comes with a factory all-terrain tires from General Grabbers. They did great. We had 0 flat tires, unlike some of the other competitors. And then it has a variety of different driving modes. So we were able to switch it into like trail mode or sand mode, depending on the road surface. And the vehicle did very well. It's pretty big. It's comfortable, and had plenty of power to get past slow RVs on the Alaska Highway, or lumbering log trucks on the back roads.
Did you spend the night in it?
No,
No,
this rally we don't. This rally we go to hotels.
Yep. Or motels.
Motels. Yeah,
Motor
that's
lodges.
it.
The motor
lodge. Yes, as it were. All right. So I guess it came in second place.
What?
Like overall, out of everybody,
Yeah, this year
that's pretty good.
Yeah. So we did second place overall, and we returned and we took first place in our 2S class. Again, we did that in winter 2024 with an Ineos Grenadier. Huge hats off to all of the new teams that were there. There were many new teams, whether they were in vehicles of different types or motorcycles. In summer, there are motos that are allowed to rally as well. And man, we admire those new teams. They were hungry, they were talented, they learned a lot, and their scores improved so drastically. It was so much fun to see them grow and get better as the rally went on.
So do you think maybe you would came in first place if Mercedes drove?
No, well, probably not, because Peter Schneider and his driver, Rich, Peter is an excellent, long time, probably 30, 40 year long veteran of TSD rally, time speed distance rally. And man, to dethrone him, I don't know. There would be a lot of magic involved with it and a heck of a lot of luck.
So the other thing to remember is Peter and his co-driver were in what we call the unlimited category. So they have a rally computer that is telling them to go faster, go slower, et cetera, et cetera. We're in what they call the SOP, or seat of pants class, which is all math, which is all, I'm using my spidey sense to, like, I think we need to go a little faster, a little slower. So
it's essentially I've got a kid's calculator, lime green one that I bought off of Amazon for like $6 in a kitchen timer. And so that's as fancy as we are. And everybody else has got like a, big rally app, or, unlimited, like a Curta calculator or things like that. And I'm sitting here being like, I got my stuff off of Amazon, and here I go, press the button to, start my time allowance.
Is that because of the rules? I mean, or is you just choose to do it that way?
Yeah, so it just depends on what class you're in. If you're running a rally computer, which is basically defined as anything that will do automatic calculations for you while you're on the move, they're going to put you in the unlimited category. If you're just going with pen and paper, a basic calculator, or like we have a GPS speedometer too, that's not doing any calculations for us. It's showing us what we're doing, but it's not calculating go fast, go slow. Then you can be in the SOP class.
So when the alarm goes off, do you turn left, or is the cake ready?
So the car doesn't really make that much difference as to the class?
No. Well, yes and no.
There's different classes per vehicle. So there's autos that are like, sedans or coupes or things like that. And then there's truck and SUV. So anything 2U is 2 unlimited truck and SUV. And then 2S is SOP, or seat of pants, because we're
okay.
Pants.
Right. And this year there weren't very many cars. There was an older Audi Quattro. Mm-hmm. There was a Porsche 911. And there was a Volvo. I think that was a V70R.
Yeah, that was Lance and his team.
Yeah.
They did well. They came in, I think, third overall.
Third overall,
yeah,
and in unlimited. Overall, they were an unlimited class car. So first place went to Peter and his co-driver in a Bronco, and then us in the Honda, and then third place was Lance and his co-driver in their Volvo.
And we got to say it was a Bronco rental. There have been multiple
Really?
that have won Alcan
Oh
over the years.
my God.
So they fly up there and rent a car?
Well, they were from the East Coast.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, forget
yeah,
about
you
it.
got to feel
Hey,
bad about
hey,
that.
they know a guy.
Yeah, I know a guy. That's it.
Well, there have been people that have driven their vehicles from the East Coast to the Alcan start. So they've had to cross the whole entire continent in order to start the rally. That's happened before too.
Yeah, people come from all over. I mean, we've had people from Sweden, we've had people from Taiwan, we've had people from all over the world do the Alcan 5000. It's a pretty neat cadre of folks.
How many years have you done this?
This is our fourth year.
Fourth year. And is it a different route every time?
Yes. Yeah, it starts out the same generally when you leave Seattle, and you typically spend the night in Quesnel, British Columbia. That's almost a given every time. From there, it depends on the route. So it always dips into Alaska. It's always going to go into the Yukon territories. This year, we did not go into Alberta, and we also didn't, or the Northwest Territories.
So how many, you're a husband and wife team. Are there other husband and wife teams, or maybe all women teams? How does that all apply?
Yeah.
Not many.
Right.
But there are a few. Yep.
Yeah, there were a couple of other husband and wife teams. Our friends Jesse and Debbie Hires were a team. And then
they decided to compete this year. They've worked many of the events, the Alcan 5000 rallies, and this time they went full bore in and they competed, and they did great. They were one of the rookie teams. In
2022, there was an all female team driving an Audi as well. So yeah, you get all kinds.
So what do we need to do to send Mike on the next one?
Sign up now because registration is available for 2026 summer.
I'm thinking maybe perhaps one of those one-person trailers behind it, and you can keep him back there as you do the off-road section.
I could take pictures.
Yeah, there's a lot of, you should have seen the Honda, man. We were so caked full of mud. I mean, we did all the optional extreme control routes, which basically that can garner you an extra award, the Go Farther award. And we always do that because for us, it's like, all right, we're reviewing this vehicle, right? We're photographing the vehicle. We want to really test it in an extreme safe environment. And this year we had 4 different extreme controls. We took the Dempster all the way up to the Arctic Circle and back. So we hit the Arctic Circle with it. And then we did Telegraph Creek, which is where it was raining. There's a lot of shale rock and mud, and it got lots of layers of mud, plus 2 other controls too.
Wow. Now, this is considered the summer event.
Yes.
Correct.
Because of the weather and the conditions and stuff that you go on. But then you also compete in the winter event.
Yeah, the winter one is a whole nother beast because not only are you doing the same crazy amounts of mileage, it's not fewer miles, it's the same amount of miles, and then you have to worry about survival.
Not dying, yeah.
But you were talking about it kind of starts at Seattle. I mean, does the winter start in Seattle, same place, same time?
Does.
Usually, yes.
It does, yes. It's and it just depends. The first year we did this in 2020, once we got to Quesnel, British Columbia, we never saw bare pavement for 5,000 more miles.
Wow.
And in 2024, when we did it and we won our class in the Ineos Grenadier, we didn't even see snow until we got to Yellowknife, Northwest Territories, but then it was 35 below zero.
Right. And I think it was a 60-degree drop in 2 hours. I mean, yeah, talk about migraine city for me, but it's all part of it. I mean, the weather, especially for the winter, it can be so extreme. We've seen almost up to -50 that with standing, not even wind chill, standing temperatures, -50 below zero, blizzards. We've had the highways closed down behind us. I mean, you name it.
But
there's something to look forward to. Are you guys going to do that this year?
So there's the next Alcan will be next year, and that's a summer again, and then winter will be scheduled for 2028.
Okay, so what are you going to do between now and then? What have you got planned?
Yeah, sleep. We've got articles we're going to be writing. We've got a few other things we're working on.
So you're, in other words, when we have the in-wheel time cross-country trek tour, that we can count on you to sign up for that.
Oh, yeah. We'll lead it.
Of course.
Yes, you will, because we'll all be sitting back going,
yeah, we'll be in the trailer. We'll be in the trailer.
We'll be in the trailer. That's right. Well, it sounds like you guys had a ton of fun and it was all safe. Do you find yourself learning something after each one of these?
Yeah.
Oh,
you do?
For sure, for sure. Every year it's like, okay, well, we didn't need to bring this, or we should have brought this. We're getting pretty good, leaning out. The summer one is way easier to pack for because you're not bringing down jackets and survival gear and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And also, the passport had lots of space, so we weren't crammed in there like sardines.
Well, and the other thing too is, as a navigator, I learned from a lot of the different teams. You come away with, oh, that's how this person did it, or this rookie figured it out this way, and that's a really great way to adapt to challenging situation, or that had, or what may have you. And Rich and Peter was instrumental too. He was part of our buddy car system, so it's great. I mean, for me, not only are you learning about a new vehicle, right? Because we're journalists and we test vehicles in an unconventional manner a lot of the times, but we also learn a lot about each other and learn a lot from other teams.
I just can't imagine the fun that would be. I mean, the learning experience for one, and as you kind of touched on, learning about each other. And I know that I always bring this up. I'm thinking, well, did y'all have any big blowout fights on the way?
No, I don't think for this one.
Not for, we always. Yeah, this one we were pretty even. We were pretty even keel on this one, but we always tell each other like beforehand, like, all right, just remember, like, give each other some grace here. It's gonna be a pressure cooker, and it does. These events lend themselves to high pressure scenarios.
You have a route book, right? That looks like this. You might not be able to see it well, but you have. When you're doing the TSD portion of it, you have a certain speed you need to hit, a certain odometer length, and then you have to turn right, and then you have to make up that time because you're turning. Then you have to stop. Then you have to switch speeds, all that type of stuff. So I'm constantly telling him. He's constantly going, "What?" Actually, not really, but he's listening to what I'm saying to try to be perfectly on time. That no matter who you are, if you're father, son, or husband, wife, or friends, or something like that, can get really tense, especially if you're off time, you missed a turn. So yeah, it can be quite a bit.
Do you hear that, Mars? Do you hear that, Mars?
What I'm wondering about is, do they have a safe word when it gets really heavy going?
Bubbles. I'm telling you, bubbles.
It is bubbles, actually.
Bubbles.
Yeah.
So Andy, are you the one that kind of like caves or gives in and says, "Well, okay, we'll do it your way"?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
Well, she's the navigator, and she's going to navigate whether you're in a rally or not. So I mean,
he gives all of us guys hope.
Okay.
Well, the joke is, this TSD thing works so well because she gets to tell me what to do all the time.
Uh-huh.
It just fits in with the normal flow of life. I mean, that's just the way it is.
She sits on the right of the car because she's always right.
Yeah, unless
That's
it's
it.
right hand
I love
driving, you're
that.
driving.
Yeah, that works great. Well, listen, congratulations on obviously a lot of success on this thing, and we always love talking to you guys. We kind of live our lives through you.
Vicariously, yeah.
So, yes. So there's always that factor, and I'm sure that you guys got followers all over the world, and we're just one of them. And we do appreciate all that you do and get to share your experiences with us. We want to keep up with you throughout the year, whether you're on the road or not. How do we do that?
You can follow us at Crankshaft Culture. That's going to be Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Blue Sky, Threads, all the things. And that's the best way. Also, crankshaftculture.com.
Okay. Well, let us know what the next adventure is. Or if you just want to talk and have a therapy session, you know where to go.
We can tell you what to do and what not to do while traveling together long
And
distance.
that's what I want from you, Mercedes, especially. I want to live the life of Andy. I want to know what all that's about and how that all works out. This is a therapy session for me through you.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
We're not always perfect, but we try. And heck, we're still married after yet another rally. So we're doing something
There you go. That's progress.
We love you guys. You be sure and take care of yourself. We'll be following you and look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having us on.
Good.
Thank you. Be careful.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
All right. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show invites you to our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central on InWheelTime.com, Facebook, and YouTube. We hope you'll check us out. If you miss us, you'll be able to connect with us through your favorite podcast channel.
You bet.
The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flamiado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good. Apple or Android, In Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and jonesing for a different kind of car talk show, give In Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture and Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, and we know you love lists.
Thanks for joining us today on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Again, our new layout, and it's not just what you see here, it's also behind the scenes. We've got a new system that we're using. It's very cool. Mr. Mars has been working on this for quite some time, and I will say, with David's help, that Mr. Mars has done remarkably well.
Thank you, Michael.
Yes.
I always think it's a team effort. It really is. We all have our part to play.
Yeah. Well, there's that. whatever that means.
I remember that from the corporate world. Okay.
Yeah. Way back when.
And I'll look at you.
Yeah, exactly. Time now for the racing calendar.
Oh, yeah,
Jeff
racing.
has that, sponsored by Texas Muscle Car Club Challenge.
Thank you for that, folks. The Craftsman Truck Series, the qualifying was last night. The race is going to be run today. They're at they are at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. So that's for the Craftsman Truck. They're in a playoff position. The Xfinity Racing folks are off. They will be back on the 27th, which is next week. They're going to be in Kansas. And then this week for the Cup guys, they're going to be in New Hampshire, much like the Truck boys are. That race is going to be on the USA Network at 2 o'clock tomorrow. IMSA, haven't talked about those folks for a while, but it's the Battle of the Bricks. They're at Indianapolis, and it's tomorrow on Peacock. So it's 11:30 in the morning. And then for you, Michael, we got Azerbaijan Grand Prix for Formula One, 51 lapper in a Baku City circuit in Baku.
Show me that. Show me that. I want to see that. Baku City.
Yeah, Baku City. It's like Motor City.
Is that Louisiana?
In Baku's.
It's not Louisiana.
No, it's not Louisiana. But you probably could get some good Louisiana food down there, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
And then, of course, we all know Indy's done for the season. So racing's kind of unwinding, but your circle tracks, your local folks, get out and support them. If there's
a big event here in town.
Absolutely. If you're not going to watch it on TV and you don't support those, support your local folks.
Time now for This Week in Auto History, Mr. Mars.
Yeah, buddy, we got a few things that we're going to run through real quick here. And one of them is that this week in 1908, General Motors was founded in Flint, Michigan. William C. Durant is actually who did this. And he was actually using it for a holding company for Buick. But he
Billy Boy.
Sir?
Billy Boy
Durant.
Yeah,
that's him. So he turned GM into he brought in Oldsmobile Cadillac and made this a conglomerate that offers cars for every budget around the world. Also this week in 1916, it's kind of not necessarily a car, but it's automotive. This is the first time a tank was used in the military. Now, this is part of the automotive design is really what made this thing possible. The British actually used it, and they still use them today. So running on into 1920, Walter P. Chrysler, and it always amazes me, there's actually a guy named Chrysler. He joined the Maxwell Motor Company. Now, they was kind of struggling. He had already been with Buick and Willis Overland, but he took Maxwell and put it all together to start the empire that we now know as the Chrysler Corporation has evolved into Stellantis as part of the big three that's up there in Detroit.
I want to go
This is
back.
for you, Don.
Yeah.
1935.
Yeah.
The Swallow Sidecar Company brought out its new sports sedan under the name Jaguar at the Mayfair Hotel in London. It was a 2.5-liter saloon-type car with sleek styling and performance, and actually quickly gained a lot of admiration, and the name Jaguar for a while was synonymous with performance and style. Moving on to
but whatever.
in 1948, Citroën, actually the 2CV. Now this is really it's not a mainstream in America, but it's
yeah. Wait a minute. Can we go back? Did you say Citroën
or Prevagen?
Prevagen. I think it was Prevagen. Citroën.
Well, I think that this is a Citroën.
Citroën.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for that.
Okay.
It was unveiled in 1948 at the Paris Auto Show. And really what made it famous is because the part of their marketing was it'll carry 4 people and a basket of eggs. And so they used that as part of their marketing, and they sold over 5 million of the 2CV.
And lots of eggs.
Lots of eggs. Then in 1947, Tucker 48 sedan production halted. Now, they've been through a lot of federal investigations. A lot of people think there was a lot of reasons, a lot of backdooring investigations going on, but they had to actually stop full-scale production. It was a very innovative car, and a lot of people think that's the reason that they got investigated so much, because they were so far ahead of everybody else in the industry.
Yep.
There were only 51 cars were ever built. And between the government and financial, they just couldn't continue. And a lot of the things that they did with that Tucker car are still out there in the automotive world today. And then lastly, I wanted to throw out here, I thought it was rather interesting. 1948, the Honda Motor Company was founded making bicycles. They were actually motorized bicycles. And this is what led them into the motorcycle. And then that's what led them into the cars to where they are worldwide these days. And that is this week in automotive history.
I have to tell you that in 1947, my dad tells me this. I wasn't born. Thank you. But he and my mom went from right outside Milwaukee, drove down to Chicago to go see the Tucker at Soldier Field in Chicago.
Really?
Yeah. And he says it was a big, huge crowd, and it was a very innovative car, and it made an impression on him.
Tucker's never been recalled.
No, they had
The thing about your Honda bicycle, Mike, Honda, they had to build that in secret because you had to have a license for gasoline, and not everybody could get gasoline. So it was like on the QT, you had to smuggle gasoline into these bike shops so they could experiment.
Really?
Hey, we'd love to hear from you. Just shoot us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. We're back right after this.
You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show now reaches 5.3 million folks each year. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, the Odyssey Radio app, YouTube, Facebook, and just about every other entertainment source out there, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including Jeff's Car Culture, the latest new cars, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's InWheelTime.com. Join us.
Well, I think that this is it. That's about all for this week's In Wheel Time Car Talk Show.
First show in the new digs.
Be sure and check us out online at inwheeltime.com. We're always looking for new, informative, and great automotive things to bring to our global audience. If you have an idea, event, or a road trip destination you'd like us to feature, let us know. Our email address is info@inwheeltime.com. Did you know we have lots of podcasts to choose from? When you're looking for award-winning car talk, you can find the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show 24/7 on the In Wheel Time app and website. Grab a podcast from your favorite podcast provider. We video stream our live show every Saturday, 10 to noon on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. The In Wheel Time video technical director is We Need More Jeff Dziekan. Can we still say that?
No, you can't.
Okay. For booking agent, video editor, people finder, and psycho wiring maniac, Mike Out of This World Mars, along with chief engineer David Ainsley. What would we do without you? Thank you very much.
Thank you, David.
I'm Don Armstrong. From all of us at the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show, have a great week. We'll see you next week.